Hello, my Bill 5000 Nation. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Lazy Masquerade. This one is titled The Real Life Parasite Incident, the disturbing story of Abby Choi. I don't know. It's something. Alright, I'm excited. This was actually suggested by a viewer, and I'm excited. Alright, let's go ahead and get into today's story. Go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cuddle up with someone special. Let's get spooky. Yeah.
Today's video is sponsored by Stamps.com. Time flies when you're...
Is are really drawn out.
For every person that appears to have it all, there's 100 others that want a piece of their pie. Question is, how far would you go for your slice? Today, we'll be exploring...
That's a good question. How far would you go for a slice of that pie? I'd go to the refrigerator.
a very recent case from my former home city of Hong Kong. One which locals are already calling the real-life parasite incident. Young, vivacious, and beloved by hundreds of thousands, influencer and media personality Abby Choi Tim-fung was seemingly living the perfect existence. An existence that most people her age could only dream of. With a sizable following, an even more sizable bank balance, and a modelling career that was going from strength to strength, it seemed like for this 28-year-old socialite, the sky truly was the limit.
Right?
But, unfortunately, her big dream of becoming a global fashion icon was to be short-lived. And I mean that in the most literal sense. This is the story of Abby Choi, aka the Human Soup Incident.
The human soup.
Abby Choi was born and raised in Hong Kong.
The human. Sorry, my brain went soupy. My finger just kept pushing button. She was turned into soup. Like soup. Okay.
An economic hub and a multi-millionaire's playground. But even amongst the city's most elite residents, Abby and her family were considered particularly well off. Her parents ran an extremely successful construction company back on the mainland, which afforded Abby the time and resources she needed to pursue her life's passion. And that passion was fashion.
Oh yeah.
Being something of a trendsetter, Abby would mix and match pieces in interesting and aesthetically pleasing ways, and soon caught the attention of mainstream fashion outlets like Vogue and Elle.
Oh yeah.
Abby quickly began to build up a strong profile, and before long, she wasn't just the daughter of rich parents, but was personally very wealthy herself, with a net worth in excess of 100 million Hong Kong dollars. As well as being glamorous in front of the camera, Abby's life was equally as glamorous behind it too. She would often brush shoulders with Hong Kong's most famous faces, and many of them became her close, personal friends.
That's cool as shit.
Even though Abby's career was very important to her, family always came first. At the tender age of 18, she had married her childhood sweetheart, Alex Kwong, a man from a much humbler background. The pair went on to have 2 sons together. Sadly, this union wasn't to last, with Abby and Alex separating 4 years later in 2016.
Aww.
Unlike most couples, however, the pair of them managed to remain friends.
That's good.
In fact, Alex would go on to hang out with Abby frequently, and even began referring to his ex-wife as his sister, both in real life and in his social media posts. Abby also maintained a close relationship with Alex's family as well, including his brother, Anthony, a man who also referred to her as Sis, and who worked for Abby as her personal driver. As a sign of goodwill,
Weird.
Abby even bought Alex's parents, Kao and Shu Hong, a luxurious 4-bedroom property in the upmarket neighbourhood of Kaduri Hill. As you probably know, land's at a premium in Hong Kong, so needless to say, this 1,800 square foot residence cost her a fortune. Around 73 million Hong Kong dollars to be exact, or $9 million US.
Holy
Despite
shit.
coming from humble beginnings, the Kwongs were now living lavishly alongside Hong Kong's
Want a sister like that?
highest rollers. Abby even extended her generosity further by helping her former brother-in-law, Anthony, purchase a house of his own. According to a close friend of Abby's, she always went to extreme lengths to make sure that everyone, including her ex-husband's family, were well taken care of.
She's the sweetest
Even
thing
when
ever.
Abby remarried and had 2 more children with her new partner, she continued to provide for the Kwong family, and even took them on holidays to exotic locations.
That's cool.
The Kwongs would even pop up in Abby's Instagram posts, smiling and laughing alongside their ex-daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, and wife. But behind the scenes, things weren't as hunky-dory as they were being presented. In February
Knew it was too good to be true.
2023, an amazing opportunity fell into Abby's lap. She was offered the chance to model on the front cover of the French publication L'Officiel Monaco. Abby, of course, leapt at the chance to feature in such a high-profile fashion and lifestyle magazine, and quickly bought a ticket to where the photo shoot was taking place, namely Paris, France.
Ooh.
Abby shared this adventure with her followers
Ooh la la.
by uploading videos and pictures to her social media pages, which showed her eating in Michelin-star restaurants, appearing at fashion events, and simply admiring the City of Love's fairy tale architecture. But while enjoying all these unforgettable experiences, Abby had no idea that in those very moments, a group of people were quietly and meticulously planning her murder. On February 14th of last month, Abby posted this photo on her Instagram account, along with the caption, "From Hong Kong to the cover of L'Officiel Monaco, my journey as a style icon continues. Grateful for this recognition and the continued support along the way." This Valentine's Day post was the last she would ever make.
Oh shit.
After the photo shoot, Abby promptly returned to Hong Kong. She was of course eager to get back home and see her kids and husband.
Yeah.
But just a few short days after arriving back, Abby suddenly and mysteriously disappeared from the face of the earth. She was reported missing on February 21st after she failed to pick up her children from school. Given how wealthy Abby was, detectives initially believed that she had been captured and that whoever had taken her would soon demand a ransom. After combing through some surveillance footage and questioning witnesses, detectives learned that Abby was last seen in Kowloon, entering her chauffeur-driven car. A car driven by her hired driver and ex-brother-in-law, Anthony Kwong. Investigators immediately went to the Kwongs'
What did you do, Anthony?
luxury home in Kadoorie Hill and asked all of them for any information they might have regarding Abby's whereabouts. But all the family members gave them was what sounded like rehearsed responses designed to throw the officers off their track. Suspicious, they asked to take a look at each family member's phone. After following some breadcrumbs and connecting a few dots, detectives were able to track Abby's last known movements to a flat in Lung Mei Tsuen, a scenic seaside village in Tai Po, about 17 miles away from where she was last seen.
Okay.
Kao, Anthony, and Alex's GPS records placed them inside that very same apartment on the day that Abby went missing. On February 24th, the police obtained a warrant to conduct a search of the Tai Po property, and what they found inside was nothing short of nightmare fuel.
Oh god.
The main living area inside
Hold on, don't just go into it. Let me prepare. I'm feeling this lady's soup. Like, ooh, the soup is a little weird today, cat. What's the soup of the day? You know, oh god.
had been turned into what authorities are calling a kill room. The entire space had been transformed into a splatterproof butcher's workshop. All of the furniture had been removed, and the walls and floors had been covered with plastic and cloth sheets. Abby's pink Hermes handbag was found inside one of the bedrooms, prompting investigators to search every square inch of the house for clues.
Oh yeah.
Meat grinders, chainsaws, a cleaver, and a hammer were found at the scene, as were long, red-splattered raincoats, gloves, and face shields. But the worst discovery was made when they opened the refrigerator. Inside it, they found a pair of human legs. Next to them were several pots of soup containing carrots, green radishes, and some suspicious-looking meat.
Oh my
After
god.
being analysed, it was determined that these were actually pots of human soup. As well as vegetables and broth, they contained a skull, several ribs, and human tissue.
Oh my god.
Some pieces of flesh inside the pots had been cooked. Some remained uncooked. A DNA test confirmed what everyone suspected. These remains did indeed belong to Abby Choi.
Why the fuck did they turn her into soup?
A hole found in the back of the skull suggested that she had been struck by a heavy object prior to being chopped up. It's currently unknown whether she was alive or not when the butchering began. CCTV footage captured outside the flat showed a man leaving with a plastic wrap box believed to contain Abby's missing pieces, including her hands and sections of her torso. HKPD's elite diving team, the Flying Tigers, have been combing the water looking for the box's contents, and more than 100 officers have been searching junkyards and cemeteries. But as of right now, their search has turned up nothing. After discovering this grisly scene, Hong Kong police paid a visit to the Kwong family household one more time. There, they found Abby's 65-year-old former father-in-law, Cao, along with her 31-year-old former brother-in-law, Anthony. Both were charged with her slaying and taken into custody. Officers also charged Abby's former mother-in-law, 63-year-old Xu Hong, with preventing the course of justice after she helped her sons and husband dispose of evidence. 3 of the culprits were now in custody, but there was one glaring problem. Abby's 28-year-old ex-husband, Alex, was nowhere to be found. A citywide manhunt quickly ensued. As mentioned, Abby moved in powerful circles, and several
Her whole ex-family-in-law people turned her to soup. Like actual soup. Oh my god. And she did nothing but help these people.
of her wealthy friends offered huge sums of cash for any information leading to Alex's capture. This tactic paid off. After receiving a tip, officers caught Alex on Lantau Island, attempting to flee the city in a speedboat. He was carrying $500,000 Hong Kong dollars in cash, along with several luxury watches, which were worth 4 million HKD. Presents gifted to him by Abby. As it would turn out, the family's patriarch, Cao Kwong, the man who had masterminded this entire operation, happened to have a secret mistress his wife didn't know about. This woman, a 47-year-old masseuse named Chi Wing, had actually helped hide Alex in a luxury Arch Sky Tower apartment before his attempt to escape Hong Kong.
My god, that's the shadiest fucking family I've ever heard in my life. What the fuck?
He too was charged with aiding an offender. A 6th person has also been arrested for helping organize Alex's escape in return for 300,000 HKD. All of the co-conspirators have now been apprehended, and all bar Chi were denied bail. But now the obvious question is, why? Why would the Kwong family conspire to take Abby's life when she had been nothing but kind to them?
Right?
When she had shown them the world, paid.
I wanna fucking know too. Man, this poor girl busted her ass, took care of everyone around her, and you pieces of shit ended her life and ate her? I wanna fucking know why.
For their bills, and gifted them a multi-million-dollar home to live in. According to prosecutors, the answer to that question boils down to 3 words: greed, entitlement, and amorality. It's believed that in the lead-up to Abby's untimely end, she had actually planned to sell the Kaduri Hill home that she had gifted to the Kwong family. Even though the house had been purchased in Cao Kwong's name, Abby was the one who had actually paid for it, and thus she was entitled to sell it. This angered the Kwongs, despite the fact that they hadn't paid a penny for the house in the first place. Abby promised to find and pay for a new house for her ex-family to live in, but that did little to soothe Cao Kwong's fury.
Why?
In response to Abby's perceived betrayal, Cao enlisted his 2 sons, Alex and Anthony, and together
Because she wanted to sell a home that she bought you and buy you all another one? And fuck you.
They hatched a plan to slay their former family member. While Abby was away in Paris, the trio rented the flat in the coastal village of Lungmeizun. There, they set up their kill room and waited for Abby to return to Hong Kong. The flat was arranged meticulously by cold-blooded killers, said Superintendent Alan Chung. The suspects covered the walls of the flat with a sail, and they put on face shields and raincoats so that they wouldn't get bloodstained by dismembering the body. On February 21st, a few short days after Abby had arrived back in Hong Kong, she got
I mean, don't get me wrong, they went to great lengths, but who gives a shit that she wanted to sell a house if she fucking bought you? You're gonna take this poor child's life because she wanted to sell a house that she bought you and she was willing to buy you another one and let you live in that one? Get the fuck over yourself, bud.
into her 7-seater car with Anthony Kwong, believing he would drive her to her daughter's school. Instead, he took her to the entrance of Lion Rock Tunnel, where Alex Kwong was waiting for them. It's speculated that Alex entered the vehicle and struck his confused ex-wife in the back of the head. The brothers then drove her out to the rented flat, where their father was waiting for them. Then, the sawing and cooking began. Unfortunately for them, investigators picked up on their scent quickly, and they were able to raid the apartment before they could dispose of Abby's body completely.
Why was he cooking her? Why did they want to eat her for?
This, the Kwong family had a history of taking things that didn't belong to them. Alex had been wanted since 2015 for his role in a gold scam, through which he had stolen 5 million Hong Kong dollars from numerous young men. His brother Anthony had been sued for not repaying multiple debts, and their father, Cao, a former policeman, had been forced to resign after he was accused of rape. Now it seems they all
What? Assault? More likely? Like a sexual assault of some sign? Good. Probably.
felt entitled to take Abby's life as well. This still very fresh event has sent shockwaves through Hong Kong and its neighbours. The metropolis experiences very few murders compared to the rest of the world, around 0.3 homicides per 100,000 people. Compare that with, say, the USA's 6.5 per 100,000, and you can see why even ordinary slayings
We're overachievers. Leave me alone.
capture everyone's attention there. But this wasn't just an ordinary slaying.
That was bullshit.
The brutality of Abby's case has, for many Hong Kongers, brought back bad memories. Memories like the Hello Kitty murder of 1999 and the rampage of Lam Kor Wan, whom I recently mentioned in this video. Given Abby's internet following, countless Chinese-speaking netizens have expressed their outrage with the Kwong family, whom many now refer to as parasites, both for how they leached off Abby and for the obvious parallels between this case and Bong Joon-ho's movie, Parasite, in which a poor family infiltrates a much wealthier one. The Kwong family's social media pages are now filled to the brim with commenters labeling them psychos and demons, and many mainlanders have called for them to be put to death.
Oh yeah.
But although capital punishment is still practiced in China, Hong Kong operates under different laws to the mainland. The death penalty was abolished there in 1993, so if found guilty, Cao, Anthony and Alex will instead receive a mandatory life sentence.
Good.
They're due to appear in court.
See, I mean, I know everyone's like, ooh, I want them to die. I don't. I want the rest of their lives to be so miserable that they beg for death every day and it never comes. That's what I want. Don't give them the easy way out. Don't let their suffering end now. Make them.
Again this May, and are yet to enter their pleas. Given the video, DNA and GPS evidence against them, I think the outcome will be the same however they choose to proceed. Now the only real question is,
why did they turn her to soup?
How did an entire family decide to take the life of someone who had been nothing but kind to them. And not only that, but concoct an elaborate plan together. I'd understand if one of them held an illogical grudge and acted alone, but for all of them to sit around a table and agree that this was the best course of action, well, it's hard to.
I mean, I don't know a lot, but I imagine you do what Daddy Deers wants. Like he's the main dude, like wife, uh, boinker, kids. Yeah, you all have to listen to father, right? That's how it goes. So if father wants you to kill everyone, you kill everyone. But why did they? I don't understand though. Why did they? Why would they want her dead? She was going to buy him another house. Even if she dies, that what is that going to do? That's not going to do shit. Why turn her into food? I don't understand that.
Wrap your head around. In an interview, Abby's close friend, Bernard Cheng, said, "I never imagined that a person who's so good, so full of love, so innocent, a person who never did anything bad, would be killed like this. My heart's still heavy. I can't sleep well." Abby leaves behind 4 children, aged between 3 and 10, as well as her husband, Chris. He described her as a kind-hearted and good person who always wanted to help others. Her social media pages have since been flooded with tributes and kind words, and her legacy lives on through the Palmes organization, a charity she set up dedicated to helping stray animals. It's difficult to believe that people like the Kwongs exist. People so consumed by greed that they'd do anything to hold on to what they have, even if what they have isn't theirs in the first place. The kind of ungrateful people you could give the world to, and all they'd say in return is more, more, more.
That man, ooh, makes me. I don't know why that made me so angry. She did nothing but look out for everyone, and these pieces of shit wanted to fucking end that. Take those babies' mom away from him. Take that man's wife away from him. I hope that those people suffer for the rest of their natural born lives. I really do. There's no sense in a life being taken out like that. There's really not. She she want to do was help, take care of the people around her, and these pieces of shit snuff that out. Fuck that. I don't. Mm. If today's video pissed you guys off as much as it pissed me off, go down there and pee all over that like button. Yeah. If you're a fan of the spooky, scary, strange things that just make no sense in the grand scheme of fuck, think about subscribing. We'll go through life like this with each other. Just what? What? I don't understand. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh my god. I still don't understand why they had to cook her into soup. You could have made her into anything. Why soup?